Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Listen Bitch podcast with your favorite podcast host and mindset coach, Brandon Lynette. You guys, this is your go to destination for unlocking your full potential and embracing the extraordinary possibilities within you. I'm here to help you step into your potential. So, yeah, we're going to go on a little journey of self discovery and empowerment because I want you to explore that power of stepping into greatness. Come into alignment with your God given gifts. Unleash your soul. Learn to co create a life that you love. And as you become the writer of your own story in this podcast, I will deliver the inspiration, I will deliver the practical tips, and I will deliver that sometimes abrasive nudge for you to take the leap of faith towards your dreams. You are in the right place. Buckle up so we can unleash your inner badass. Please support this mission at listenbitchdonations.com. And if you want to change your show notes, you guys, why don't you pick your path? Okay, get into these show notes. I share the things I love. Right now, probably number one on my list is going to be the test, don't guess. Your omegas are imbalanced, and that is why you are struggling with so many things. Okay, so don't get on this cortisol hype train. Don't get on the glutathione, however you say that, hype train, or whatever these crazy things are. Okay, before you take these crazy shots, because I know that shit's expensive too. Whatever it is, what I want you to do is take this omega test, okay? Because 90% of people are imbalanced, 90% of people. And what happens is your cells go on lockdown. If your 6 and your 3 omegas are not balanced, your body goes on lockdown. So even if you're taking incredible supplements, they're probably not working because they can't get in the door. My door was closed so tight, it's like a little door that can barely open when I'm taking supplements. And it's like Walmart delivery shows up and they're trying to put groceries inside my door and it doesn't open enough to push things through. It's kind of where my cells were at. And a lot of people are far worse than that. 85% of people are way worse than I was. And I can already tell a difference. 45 days in, you guys, like my hair is shiny, my skin is vibrant. I just feel amazing. I can tell a difference in my supplements now. I'm like, whoa, so that's how that's supposed to feel, including going through a detox. I'm on the other side of that. It's super great. But listen, I also have the ingredient free patches. They're vibrotactile. This is the pain patch that my husband uses. So that's really great too. There is still a 5-day free trial on the Bible app link I share with you guys as well. But just scroll the show notes. Just be nosy because there's a lot of things in there. But I'm going to tell you guys, I'm recording this episode back to back and I almost just didn't do it, but I'm like, just do it. I did a whole Facebook Live and a TikTok while I recorded, and I actually had so many other cameras going, I forgot to hit record on the podcast. So, none of the video qualities. I went through the TikTok video, I went through the Facebook videos, I went through the videos, and none of them would have held any water when it comes to posting on the podcast. But yeah, that's like a beginner's move for someone who's about to reach 500 episodes. So you guys, I'm gonna go through this here. Obviously, I was posting in my political group today, and I can't say I really got triggered, but I definitely felt myself getting frustrated with people because it felt like I was talking to a wall. So we're going to turn my mess, into a message today. Okay. When you're talking to a wall, finding peace when other people just don't get it. Okay. And while I was definitely, it's political, this is real life scenario. Okay. For everybody. Everyone's been there. You're trying to have a reasonable conversation with someone online, maybe about something you genuinely care about. And it's like talking to a brick wall. Like they're not listening. They're not thinking. They're just regurgitating whatever they've been fed without question. And it's maddening because you can see they've been completely brainwashed by whatever echo chamber that they're living in. No amount of logic, no amount of evidence, no basic common sense is going to penetrate this wall. Like, no matter how many facts you present, they ignore them. You appeal to reason and they double down on the nonsense. And the worst part is you realize you have to share a society with these people. They vote, they influence other people, and they're out there making decisions that affect all of us. It is exhausting. Let's acknowledge that. And honestly, it can make you feel like you're losing your mind. But here's the thing, you can't control them. You just can't. And trying to is only going to drain you dry. But what you can control is how you manage your own frustration so that you don't let their stubbornness steal your peace or turn you into someone that you're not. So we're going to go through 10 tips tonight. Okay. I think 10 is very sufficient for high functioning neurospicy brains that are out here sharing the planet with people who regurgitate specific news channels. Okay. Um, number one, number one, recognize, recognize the battle that you cannot win. Okay. Recognize the battle you can't win. Not every hill is worth dying on. Okay. And not every person is ready or willing to see reason. So when you're dealing with someone who's completely entrenched in their views, you have to understand that you are not going to change their mind in one conversation or maybe ever. Okay. They've built a fortress around their beliefs, and your logical arguments aren't a battering ram that's going to knock it down. Accepting this doesn't mean that you're giving up on truth or principles either. It means that you're being smart about where you invest your energy. Life is full of battles that we can't win, whether it's a stubborn coworker who won't listen. Maybe you got a family member who's stuck in destructive patterns or a bureaucratic system that makes no sense. Learning to identify these situations of banging your head against a wall that isn't going to move. Identify them early. And number two, just set clear boundaries on your time and energy. Your time and emotional energy are precious resources. You don't owe them to every person who wants to argue with you. When you find yourself in a conversation that's going nowhere, give yourself permission to walk away. And online, this might mean muting notifications, unfollowing certain people, or simply closing the app. Okay. In real life, maybe it means changing the subject or excusing yourself from the conversation or politely but firmly saying, I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this. And this applies to everything. Difficult clients who drain you with impossible demands, friends who will only call when they need something, even your own scrolling habits that leave you angry and completely depleted. Boundaries aren't mean, they're healthy, and they're how you protect your peace in a world that will take everything you're willing to give. Number three is that you have to remember that their reaction is not your responsibility. It's not. When someone refuses to see reason, it's tempting to feel like you failed. Somehow, like if you'd just said it differently or found the right words, they would have understood, right? But here's the truth, their willingness to think critically, to genuinely question what they've been told, to engage honestly, that's on them, not you. You can present truth with clarity and grace, but you can't make someone accept it. And this is true in every area of your life. You can be a loving parent, but you can't make your teenager choose wisely. You can be a loving parent, but you can't make your teenager include your grown children, include you in their life and their boundaries. You can be an excellent employee, but you can't make your boss appreciate your work. You can be a good friend, but you can't make someone stop self-destructing. So please, if you get anything from this episode today, I want it to be this. Release yourself from the burden of other people's choices and responses. Your job is just to present what's true and right and then let it go. Number four here, trying to get comfortable. This is a new setup for me, you guys. This 2x4 is like really restricting. And if you haven't seen it, I share my office setup on Facebook. I keep it real with you bitches, okay? Like the background, doesn't it look hot? Like it's super cute. I love it. I'm obsessed. My office is not really functional anymore because all of this is right in the middle of my office. I was pretty adamant about the window view just so I don't always feel just trapped because I'm at my desk a lot. But anyway, the way I have to set this up, I got a 2x4 in a box for my mic to keep it up here so the sound is great. And my MacBook's sitting on a box. So The sacrifices we make, you guys. Done is the new perfect. Okay. If I can have a podcast and I can do the bare minimum to make sure it sounds amazing and that I'm showing up for you guys, then anybody can do this. Okay. Number 4, find your people, vent wisely. When you're frustrated with the brick walls of the world, you need people who get it, people who share your values and your commitment to common sense. You have to find your tribe, whether that is a close friend. Maybe you've got a group at church or a community, an online Facebook community of like minded people who can commiserate and remind you that you're not crazy. But this is the key. I want you guys to vent wisely. Use these conversations to process your frustration and then move on. You're not going to sit there and y'all aren't going to marinate in anger. Okay. That's not our job. There are people out there with processing signs doing enough of that for us, just marinating in their anger. Okay. That's not us. You're not going to spend hours rehashing how wrong someone is or frustrating the world is, because that's only going to keep you stuck. Life's throwing all kinds of frustration at us. Some people have health issues. Some people have financial stress. There's other disappointments. But having people that you can be real with makes all the difference. Just make sure these relationships are pulling you toward peace and perspective, not deeper into the bitterness. Okay. Number 5, challenge your frustration into something productive. There is enormous power in taking the energy you'd waste on arguing with stubborn people and redirecting it towards something that actually matters. So I'm telling you right now, start the podcast, write the blog post, create the content, work on the project, invest in that relationship, serve in the community, serve in your church. I have a lot of marketers on my page and we know that building something positive is always more effective than tearing something down. When you encounter people who don't listen, let that be fuel for reaching the people who will. I don't share it enough. Okay. I talk a lot about the name calling in my box. I should throw myself in front of a bus. I think that was the most recent one. I get called a lot of names, but I don't tell you guys as often about the people who have come to me and genuinely changed their perspective, genuinely saw the truth. And it's not my truth. I'm saying like core ethics and values at the core of the Bible and everything God has done for us. They see that truth. That the same God that wrote that Bible for me wrote it for you too. And everything is in there. Everything is in there. And people have changed their perspectives. So maybe not everyone's listening, but someone is. Understand that. Silence is complicity. You are called to hold the line and to speak your truth. And honestly, in every area of your life, this principle still holds. Instead of fighting what's broken, absolutely, let's build something better. If you're frustrated with your job, then work on developing your skills for the next opportunity. If you're annoyed by the disorganized home, my office is driving me crazy. I turned everything off yesterday. We didn't do anything. I didn't even record the Bible study for a badass with my girls. I had to declutter this office. I had to organize it, okay? Because I was not, it was just exhausting energy. And so everything that I was just everything kind of built up to the point where I stood in here and I'm like, this is what I'm doing today. Organized it. And it was channeled frustration and channeled annoyance and channeled overwhelm. All of that. I went to work and it took me all fucking day, but it was worth it. And it's amazing. And today I had the freedom in my brain to create content. Channel frustration into progress, not circular arguments that go nowhere. Okay? Practice the art of strategic disengagement. Sometimes. In fact, if you look at my page, I do it a lot of times. The wisest thing you could do is simply not engage at all. Like, you don't have to respond to every comment. You don't have to respond to every challenge. You don't have to respond to every person who wants to pick a fight. Strategic disengagement is a skill that is going to serve you everywhere, not just in online spaces. I'm saying like family gatherings, workplace conflicts, okay? Parenting. It's not about being passive. It's not about being cowardly. It's about being smart. Ask yourself, is this conversation going to lead anywhere good? Is this person actually open to dialogue? Will engaging here move me closer to my goals or further from my peace? If the answer is no, you have full permission to stay silent. And sometimes silence is the most powerful response because it refuses to feed drama or give attention to foolishness. Then you got to zoom out and remember the bigger picture. We're calling this number 7. When you are in the thick of frustration, it's easy to lose perspective. Of course, that aggravating conversation starts to feel like the most important thing in the world. You start ruminating and the monster gets big, and then you spiral into despair about the state of society. But if you zoom out, in the grand scheme of your life, does this one person's stubbornness really matter? In the grand scheme of God's plan, is he still sovereign even when people are foolish? And the answer is yes. Remembering the bigger picture helps you see that while this moment is very frustrating, it's not everything. This perspective is crucial for all of life's frustrations. The traffic that made you late, the meal that got burned, the promotion you didn't get. None of these things are trivial, but none of them are the whole story either. So keep the eternal perspective, and then the temporary frustration loses power. Number 8, guard your heart against bitterness. And this is the real danger when we're dealing with frustrating people. It's not what they do to you, it's what you allow it to do inside of you. When you let frustration turn into bitterness, you've given them power over your heart, and that's a price that's too high to pay. Bitterness is poison. It affects your relationships, your health, your joy, your walk with God. You have to actively guard against it by choosing forgiveness. It is a choice, by choosing grace, and sometimes even just choosing to pray for the people who frustrate you the most. This isn't about them. It's not. It's about you staying free. Life is going to give you plenty of reasons to become bitter, okay? There's betrayals, injustices, disappointment, losses, but bitter people don't change the world. They just become a part of what's broken. Refuse to let other people's dysfunction infect your spirit. Number 9, celebrate small wins and stay encouraged. When it feels like you're surrounded by people who just don't get it, actively look for the wins. Celebrate when you do have a good conversation. Rejoice when you see someone start to think critically. Be encouraged when you connect with people who share your values. These wins might feel small compared to the overwhelming number of brick walls, but they matter. Especially in marketing, you don't expect every campaign to convert everyone. You celebrate the ones who respond. Apply this to your entire life. Not every seed you plant will grow, but some will, and that's what we're celebrating. Whether it's a child who's making good choices, a project that's coming together, a friendship that's deepening, or a personal goal you're reaching, notice the good. Celebrate it. Let it fuel your hope, and keep showing up with grace and truth anyway. At the end of the day, you don't stop speaking truth just because some people won't listen. You don't abandon your principles because engaging is hard. You keep showing up with both grace and truth because that's who you are, and because there are people watching who need to see someone stand firm with the kindness. You might never change that one stubborn person's mind, but someone else reading along might be impacted. Your kids are watching how you handle frustration. Your friends are seeing how you maintain conviction without losing character. Keep being the person who thinks critically. Keep being the person who cares deeply. Keep being the person who lives authentically. The frustration is real, but so is your calling to be salt and light in a world that desperately, desperately needs both. And here is the beautiful truth. You don't have to win every argument or convert every person to be faithful to what you know is right. Just keep walking in the truth. Keep extending grace and trust that God is working even in the places where you can't see the progress. I love you guys. Have a great day.